So you're at a jam session, and everyone's taking a solo, and then they look at you, and it's your time to solo, and you freeze, and you don't know what to play. Well, you're not the only one that this has ever happened to, and I'm here to teach you some things that you can do to make yourself not look like a fool. Not that you've done that. Definitely not. Not that I've done that. Certainly. Definitely not. Today I'm going to teach you how to play some melodies on the drum set. So instead of just playing, I don't know, whatever comes to your head that might not sound great, we can play some melodies to some tunes and connect with people in that way and have a solo be a little bit more in-depth than just, I'm going to play some rhythms. Let's get into it. But first, there's some other things that we can do to make a solo sound good, such as maybe playing a groove that is not the regular groove that we're playing in a song. And I've got 5 jazz drum grooves and a PDF that you can get in the video description down below. It's for free for you, so go do that if you want to be a really great soloer. And also you just get 5 jazz drum grooves that you may not have known before. So again, it's in the video description down below. And now back to the video. So to first conceptualize how to play a melody on a drum set, we have to sort of think about pitches and pitch correspondence. So what do I mean by that? Well, which drum's higher, which drum's lower, that sort of thing. You probably already know. And in a jazz context, it's pretty standard for it to be from high to low. The snare drum, the rack tom, floor tom, and then the bass drum. You may or may not have noticed that in the intro music, I was actually playing the melody to Sesame Street. Sunny day, sweeping the clouds away. Of course, I was doing a little bit of embellishment to make it a little bit more interesting, but that was the overarching melody that I was playing. If we were to distill that melody down into its most basic form and play it on the drums, that might sound a little something like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, So as you could tell, you can't play the melody note for note, just like how you would on a piano or another instrument. But what I was doing, and what you can do also, is use the pitch correspondence between the drums to shape a phrase like the melody would be to the regular song. Another good example, and an easier example, is the tune C Jam Blues, which goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boo dip, a boo dip, a boo dip, a boo bow. A boo dip. Boo dip, a boo dip, a boo bow. Again, boo dip, a boo dip, a boo dip, a boo bow. So that's 2 pitches basically. So we can use those 2 pitches on 2 different drums. There's a low pitch and a high pitch. So maybe we'll use it on the rack tom and the snare drum, and that might sound something like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Now, the tricky part comes when we play some melodies that are a little bit more complicated than just C Jam Blues. For example, what if we played the song Straight No Chaser, which goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Let's just even focus on just those 2 bars. How might we play this on the drums? Well, the overall phrase starts low and ends high, with the last the last bit of that going from the highest note to one below that. So if we think about that, we can orchestrate around the drums to go up the drums, and then with the last phrase being back down in some way. So that might sound something like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So as you can see, really, melodic soloing is just about taking a melody that you might know already or learning a melody and then seeing how to orchestrate the phrasing of the melody, the ups and downs onto the drums. So I'm going to play a few examples. I'll play the Sesame Street theme again. I'll play Straight No Chaser, and I'll play one other one that I think of in between now and the time that I play it. So listen and see if you can hear these melodies and how I'm playing and orchestrating the drums. So again, that first tune was Sesame Street, the second was Straight No Chaser, and the last one was Autumn Leaves. So the biggest thing to take away from this lesson is that as a drummer, it's important for us to know melodies so that we can be a better soloist, be a better just contributor to a jazz setting. So we know where the form is, we know what the phrasing is, we know how to play dynamically to that. And again, we can take the melodies that we know, orchestrate them around the drum set, and get a solo that is better than just playing lots of notes or whatever drummers do. Whatever I do. Don't do what I do. Except for sometimes. Because sometimes sounds good. Not all the time, but sometimes. Like, now I want to really quickly teach you an advanced drum set technique that you can also use. You may have seen this done before. If not, then you're in for a real treat. But it's actually bending the drum head to get a slightly different pitch. Now, of course, we can't really bend it down, but we can bend it up. And I'm actually going to use some mallets to make this a little bit easier for you to hear. What I can do is I can do this two ways. We can play the drum head and push with the other stick or mallet and sort of move it towards the center of the drum. Same goes with the rack tom and the snare. Now another way we can do it is actually by using our elbow into the drum. Or we can play a note on the drum and have one that pushes down into the drum as another pitch. Let's think about the tune Billie's Bounce. This is a great tune. It's got a lot of melodic movement happening, and it's a great tune that you should definitely learn. And let's see how well we can orchestrate it around the drums by using this pitch shifting method. So I'm just going to play the first few bars or something to give you an idea. And actually, first I'm going to sing the melody. If you don't know it, it goes like this. Ba-do ba-do da-di-da-oo, bell-you-dit, bell-you-dit, bo-ba-do, bo-ba-oo, bo-ba-do, bop. So let's see how I can do. 1, 2, 1, 2, So my challenge for you is to see how many melodies, one, that you know already, two, how many you can learn, and then how many you can orchestrate on the drums to make it sound like you're playing along with the tune. What you can do is when you learn a new tune, or when you, let's say you go to a tune you already know, you can try and play the melody along with the tune, with the melody, and see if you can orchestrate it in a way that makes sense with the phrasing. That'll be a good indicator of you playing it right away and hearing the phrasing as you're doing it. And you'll very quickly learn, okay, that is actually how this melody goes, or this doesn't work, or any of that good stuff. If you're interested in this concept in a little bit more depth, I'll have a whole module in my course that is jazz drumming, the beginner. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but anyway, I'm going to have a course coming out where I talk about this concept as well as rudimental soloing, comping and all the levels of comping, technique, grooves and styles, even potentially big band drumming. And so if you're interested in that and want to get your drumming to the next level, stay tuned. Coming up soon in the next few weeks. And if you get the PDF down below, I'll have your email address and I'll be able to send you as soon as the course comes out. So check that stuff out. Get something for free down in the description. That's going to help you and it'll make you a better drummer. And I'll see you when you're a better drummer.